You should be able to pay some kind of reward or yield.
Hey, who's asking the questions here? No, I totally agree.
And the fundamentals and other applications when you think about the institutional.
5 years from now, that every instrument.
Hey there, future millionaires! Welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see you again. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day no matter where you are in this incredible world of ours. Today, we're diving deep into XRP, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. I've got some breaking news that's going to blow your mind. We're talking about 24.5 million RLUSD that just got minted at the RLUSD Treasury. And here's the thing, RLUSD isn't just sitting still. This thing is picking up serious momentum, and I mean serious momentum. But here's what's absolutely mind-blowing about this whole thing. Check out the fee they paid for this massive transaction. Are you ready for this? Just 0.00135 XRP. Let me say that again. That's not even close to being a full XRP token. Think about it. For less than a fraction of 1 XRP, they just minted 24.5 million RLUSD tokens. That's insane efficiency right there. And here's where it gets really exciting. We're about to watch RLUSD absolutely rocket up those stablecoin rankings. I'm talking about climbing straight to the top 5. And then? Well, then we're going to see it claim the crown as the #1 stablecoin in the entire crypto space. It's just a matter of time. Because of Ripple's transparency.
You should be able to pay some kind of reward or yield on the actual T-bills and money market funds that you're holding. You should be able to pass some of that on to customers.
It's not an investment vehicle. It's not a time deposit where you're holding it to earn interest, right? You're not holding currency for its yield. If Congress wanted to let you pay interest, they should have just said, let you pay interest. So trying to backdoor it is a little funny. It's not supposed to bear interest. And, at that point, it's not up to me to decide whether that's up to Congress. That's why I don't want to think about paying interest on these payment accounts. It's not supposed to be an account for somebody to hold stablecoins and earn interest. You're not holding it to earn interest. So it's a claim on the banks. You can disintermediate a bank, but you can't disintermediate the banking system. You don't have any claim to demand treasuries. You don't get to go to the bank and say, I want some treasuries. They'll say, no, you get $1. Here's what you get. Those are my thoughts.
Remember the good old days when banks actually paid you decent interest? I'm talking about 4 to 5% on your savings. Those were the days, right? But now, man, it's almost insulting what they're offering. We're talking less than 1%, and I mean way less. It's basically pennies on the dollar at this point. So here's the million-dollar question. Why aren't we earning real returns on stablecoins instead? I mean, think about it for a second. We've got all this innovation happening in crypto, and we're still stuck with banks that treat our money like it's doing us a favor just by holding it. This is exactly why I believe we're going to see a massive exodus from traditional banking. People are waking up, and they're realizing there are way better options out there. The shift is already happening, and it's only going to pick up speed. People are absolutely fed up with traditional banking, and they're desperately searching for something better. And you know what? The banks can feel it. They're genuinely worried about what's coming. Well, here's my message to those banks. It's time to face reality. The crypto revolution isn't just knocking on your door. It's already walked right in and made itself at home. You've got to hear this next part. It's going to blow your mind.
A detriment to that would be allowing the likes of Coinbase or Kraken to pay interest on payment stablecoins. How do you feel, Jess? I mean, there's lots of good momentum here.
No, I totally agree.
Want to know the real truth behind all this? The banks have figured out something huge, and they're absolutely terrified of it. Once people realize they can earn actual, meaningful interest on stablecoins, it's game over for traditional banking. We're talking about a complete money migration. Everyone's going to pull their funds and move them to crypto. And here's the thing the banks don't want you to figure out. They're desperately trying to hold on to their control. All those fees they've been charging you, that monthly maintenance fee, those overdraft charges, those ATM fees, that's their bread and butter right there. The bottom line is simple. The current system is designed to keep the banks wealthy while keeping everyday people like you and me struggling to get ahead. But guess what? Their monopoly days are numbered. That's exactly what this whole thing boils down to, folks. Let's be brutally honest here. When's the last time anyone got wealthy from a checking account or a savings account that pays you basically nothing? It's just not going to happen. But here's where things get really interesting. And this is perfect timing, by the way. Just as we're talking about all this, boom, US Bank drops some major news. They're launching their very own digital assets and money movement organization. Talk about seeing the writing on the wall. Even the big banks are scrambling to get into the crypto game now. Now here's what's really smart. Some banks, like US Bank, are actually getting ahead of the curve instead of fighting it. They just launched this brand new digital assets and money movement organization. And let me tell you why this is such a big deal. They're going all in on the future. We're talking stablecoin issuance, cryptocurrency custody, asset tokenization, digital money movement. Basically everything that's about to explode in the financial world. And they're doing it to supercharge their revenue streams. These forward-thinking banks understand something crucial. Whoever gets there first is going to absolutely dominate the competition. It's like a massive land grab happening right now in the crypto space. But here's the scary part for the other banks. If you're still sitting on the sidelines, refusing to embrace this digital revolution, you're not just going to lose market share. You're going to become completely irrelevant. We're talking about total extinction in the financial ecosystem. Whew. And speaking of major players making moves, Nasdaq just dropped some incredible insights that you absolutely need to hear. They're reporting that institutional money isn't just flowing into Bitcoin anymore. Whew. Nope. These big institutions are spreading their wings and diving into other tokens. And guess what's catching their attention? That's right. XRP is front and center in this institutional buying spree. This next clip is going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to want to pay close attention to this.
I also think it's encouraging, Nick, that we're seeing it broaden out beyond Bitcoin and we're starting to understand the fundamentals and other applications when you think about the institutional use cases for the digital asset space.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that the early kind of mover in this was Bitcoin particularly. But the way that I really like to see this is we're building a new financial wallet system. So if you picture tomorrow's wallet, we've got Bitcoin. So they're the digital gold. They sit inside and act as this finite supply, borderless transactions, and really self-custodied with a password, not a vault. Whether you're hedging inflation or sort of dodging local currency turmoil, very censorship resistant store of value. And then you've got Ethereum. So that's the app platform. So Ethereum's the wallet's app store. Smart contracts so that you trade, borrow, or earn yield without a bank. And owning ETH is really just like holding gas in a global financial operating system, one that's open source and runs 24/7. And you've got XRP. So they're the cross-border bridge. And XRP works really behind the scenes as that instant FX bridge. So banks convert dollars to XRP, beam it abroad in 3 seconds, and cash it out in local currency, potentially cutting remittance fees from 7% to under 1%. And then you've got Solana, the high-speed rail. So Solana provides the commuter rail, really hundreds of transactions per second with very tiny fees. So your subway tap, in-game purchase, or loyalty point redemption could all ride on the Solana rails without you even noticing. Then we've got stablecoins. Stablecoins such as USDC act as tokenized dollars, really clearing anytime, anywhere, and fully backed by short-term treasuries. And they really marry crypto speed with the safety of US debt, turning your phone into sort of this real-time dollar account that you can spend worldwide. So this is really a suite of products that have very specific functions that are reimagining the entire financial stack, and it's really opening back up.
Let's talk about stablecoins for a second. This is where things get really exciting. Take USDC, for example. These aren't just regular tokens. They're basically tokenized dollars that can clear payments anytime, anywhere in the world. And here's the brilliant part. They're fully backed by short-term US treasuries. What you're getting is this incredible marriage of crypto speed with the rock-solid safety of US government debt. Imagine turning your phone into a real-time dollar account that works instantly, anywhere on the planet. We're talking about a complete reimagining of the entire financial system. But here's where it gets frustrating, and I know you've noticed this pattern too. Every single time something new drops in the crypto world, who gets first dibs? Bitcoin. Always Bitcoin. And it's not because Bitcoin is some magical special technology. It's literally just because they say, well, we don't have any other options right now, so here's Bitcoin first. Then what happens? They throw Ethereum in as option number 2. Only after that do they slowly start opening the doors to other cryptocurrencies. We saw this exact same playbook with the ETFs, right? But here's my bold prediction. XRP is about to completely flip this script. I think it's going to steal massive amounts of money away from those Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. Now, Solana might do well too, but let's be real here. That network goes down more often than my internet during a storm. And here's what really gets me excited about XRP. It was literally the chosen one from day one. You want proof? Listen to who's actually talking about the future of money. The IMF, the Bank for International Settlements, central banks around the world. Are they talking about Solana? Absolutely not. They're talking about XRP, Ripple, XLM, Stellar. They're already looking at XDC for digital trade. These institutions are planning the future, and Solana isn't even on their radar. So, who's still pushing the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana narrative? Our mainstream media. And guess why? Because those projects have massive marketing budgets funding the conversation. And here's where it gets really interesting. Even the old-school financial advisors are finally waving the white flag. They're realizing they have two choices: embrace crypto or watch their clients walk out the door. Perfect timing on this one. Fidelity just came out and basically confirmed what we've all been seeing. They're saying that digital assets aren't just small talk anymore. Nope, these conversations are becoming absolutely central to every single meeting between advisors and their clients. Think about it. Your financial advisor used to roll their eyes at crypto, and now they can't avoid talking about it if they want to keep their business. Picture this. You're a financial advisor still trying to steer your clients away from crypto. What do you think is going to happen? Your clients are going to invest in crypto anyway. They can't escape it. It's literally everywhere they look. And here's the conversation that's about to happen in every financial advisor's office. When crypto takes off again, and it will, every single client is going to walk in and ask the tough question. Why didn't you get me into this? Why did you stick me in some boring wheat stock or soybeans instead? I mean, let's be honest about what traditional investing looks like. You're lucky if you get a 5% return once a year on those safe bets in the stock market. But then you look at crypto, and people are pulling 30x, 40x, even 50x returns in just a matter of weeks. Who doesn't want that kind of life-changing money? That's exactly why you got into crypto in the first place, right? Now, here's what every traditional advisor loves to say. Oh, but crypto is so volatile. You don't want to park your money there, but here's what they're missing. That volatility is exactly what's going to make you wealthy. Think about it. The fact that a cryptocurrency can rocket from under $1 all the way up to $30 or $40 in such a short time, that's not a bug, that's a feature. And speaking of XRP specifically, I'm still calling for $50 plus, and honestly, that's me being conservative. That's just with ETF inflows alone. But then you add in ISO 2022 bringing real value and regulatory clarity to the United States, suddenly we're not just talking about double digits anymore. We're looking at a 3-digit XRP price tag. This is exactly why these traditional financial advisors are going to get completely left in the dust. The writing's on the wall, folks. It's really that simple. Financial advisors either jump on the crypto train or watch their clients hop off at the next stop and find someone who will. Now, let me blow your mind with some numbers that are absolutely incredible. The CoinDesk 20 Index tracks the top 20 most liquid and tradable digital assets. We're talking about roughly 80% of all trading volume in crypto. And guess what's dominating this index? XRP is sitting pretty at 17.7% of the entire fund. That makes it the biggest altcoin representation in the whole thing. Let that sink in for a second. But here's where it gets even more exciting. This thing is about to be tradable on the New York Stock Exchange. Can you believe that? And check this out. ProShares just officially filed for the ProShares CoinDesk Crypto 20 ETF to be listed on the NYSE. This is happening, people. Here's my bold prediction, and I want you to remember this moment. When institutional investors finally have real options beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're going to spread their money around. They're not going to put all their eggs in those two baskets anymore. Mark my words, we're about to see a major shift in institutional money, and it's going to be absolutely game-changing. All right, this next part is absolutely massive. We've got some serious heavy hitters weighing in on where this whole tokenization revolution is headed. I'm talking about the founder and CEO of DRW Trading, plus Rob Goldstein, who's the chief operating officer at BlackRock. When people at this level start talking about the future of tokenization over the next 5 years, you better believe we need to pay attention. These aren't just random crypto enthusiasts. These are the people who move billions of dollars every single day. You're going to want to hear every word of what they have to say.
5 years from now, that every instrument that is traded frequently will be traded on-chain.
I think it's quite clear that if there are $4.5 trillion in digital wallets today, that number is going up, not down, and that wealth accumulation is going to have the ability to create the whole portfolio in that digital wallet.
Here's the thing about when these big players say 5 years out. You and I both know it's going to happen way sooner than that. We're looking at that sweet spot around 2030, but honestly, I think we'll see major movement before then. The real game changer is going to be when regulations finally get locked in place. Once that happens, we're not just talking about a little growth. We're talking about a massive tsunami of tokenization that's going to blow everyone's minds. Picture this, assets flooding into these networks at a speed that's going to leave people absolutely speechless. The volume is going to be mind-boggling. And here's the beautiful part. Remember what I always tell you about XRP? The XRP ledger was literally built for exactly this moment. While everyone else is scrambling to catch up, XRP is already sitting there, ready and waiting, perfectly designed for this tokenization explosion. And speaking of regulations heating up, things are getting absolutely intense in Washington right now. We're talking full-blown fever pitch as crypto industry executives and US lawmakers are going head-to-head in these crucial deliberation sessions. The tension is real, folks, and these discussions are going to shape the entire future of crypto in America. Okay, so yesterday was absolutely wild. Whew! We had some serious drama go down in a meeting between Senate Democrats and crypto industry leaders. They had this big roundtable discussion about digital assets, and let me tell you, sparks were flying. But here's the one thing that caught my attention. They're saying they're committed to actually getting a bill passed. The big question everyone's asking is, are they going to make it happen before the end of this year? Now I'm seeing two camps of people here. You've got the optimists in Washington saying, oh yeah, this is definitely happening soon. Then you've got the realists saying, nah, they're going to drag this out until after the midterms. And honestly, I'm getting pretty fed up with these politicians and their endless delays. Every single day, you see them on the news with their fancy talking points. We're getting this bill done by Thanksgiving. Then it becomes, well, maybe by Christmas. Next thing you know, they'll be saying, oh, definitely by the end of January 2026. It's the classic Washington playbook. Kick the can down the road indefinitely. But here's the thing. The faster they get their act together and pass this bill, the better it is for all of us XRP investors. We need that regulatory clarity as soon as possible. And you know what? Even if they keep dragging their feet, this whole situation is just building up to be another massive catalyst down the road. Sometimes the anticipation makes the explosion even bigger. But here's the reality check. They absolutely have to get something done because guess what? The rest of the world isn't sitting around waiting for us. They're moving full speed ahead while we're stuck in political gridlock. Speaking of staying safe in this fast-moving world, the National Cryptocurrency Association just dropped two incredible articles that everyone needs to see. The first one is all about those classic scam red flags we've all seen a million times. You know the ones I'm talking about. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Those posts promising guaranteed profits, or send me 1 XRP and I'll send you 2 back. Or my personal favorite, this is an easy 10 times, guys. Come on, we've all seen these everywhere, right? And here's the brutal truth. When something sounds too good to be true, it absolutely is too good to be true. Their advice for this crypto surge is pure gold. Stop rushing around. Real financial opportunities don't happen overnight. They take time to develop properly. Always spot those red flags, check for typos in messages, and for the love of all that's holy, never click on random links. Lock down your assets with 2-factor authentication and always verify your sources. The bottom line is simple. They're trying to save you from getting your crypto stolen by falling for these ridiculous scams. Let me be crystal clear about something. Nobody is airdropping free XRP to you. Nobody is going to magically double your bag overnight. These are all scams designed to steal your hard-earned crypto. Please, please keep your crypto safe. I genuinely want to get rich alongside every single one of you, but I can't celebrate your success if you lose everything to some stupid scam first. We're in this together, so let's be smart about it. And their second article? This one's a real eye-opener. They're talking about how when it comes to crypto and cybersecurity, way too many conversations are based on myths instead of actual facts. The NCA is on a mission here. They want to share simple, practical steps that keep everyone safe online. They're telling real stories about real people who are using digital assets in their everyday lives, replacing all that confusion with crystal clear understanding. And honestly, the more we all talk about crypto openly, the more inclusive and welcoming this whole space becomes. You know what really gets me fired up? Education around crypto is absolutely crucial because every single time you try to talk to someone about getting into crypto, what happens? They immediately throw out a laundry list of excuses. They still see it as magical internet money, and I cannot believe we're still hearing that tired old narrative in 2025. Crypto has no value, it's not real. You can't spend it like US dollars. Come on, people. But here's what's about to blow everyone's minds. We are literally on the verge of people using crypto every single day without even realizing it's happening. Picture this. Someone swipes their credit card or debit card for their morning coffee, and boom, in the background, blockchain technology and crypto are making that transaction happen in real time. They have no idea.